It's feeding time for cattle at Dan Atkison's Kansas farm. Sorghum stalks are on the menu.
So the crop residue.
Atkison, who rotates his crops, grows grain sorghum every third year here. In this drought-prone part of the U.S., it's a staple of many farmers' operations.
Sorghum is a very drought-tolerant crop. We can usually take more bushels off of a field per inch of water with sorghum than we can with anything else.
Sorghum is mostly used for livestock feed. One country is America's prime customer. China first began buying U.S. sorghum back in 2013. It's imported $6 billion worth of the grain since then. 3/4 of America's sorghum exports now go to China.
We have a commodity that they want at a price they're willing to pay for it. So it's been a real mutually beneficial trade situation for both of us.
Now that trade situation is in flux. 2 weeks after the U.S. announced tariffs on solar panels, many of them made in China, China announced it's investigating claims the U.S. subsidized sorghum farmers, allowing them to sell their products to the country at a loss.
I've been farming for 10 years. I've never really truly faced a potential of anything like this. So.
Stephen Biggie is like many farmers.
My family's been growing sorghum for over 70 years.
He and many others in Kansas, America's top producing sorghum state, have benefited from China's emergence as an export market, which has lifted sorghum prices and farm incomes.
It's been very beneficial for us.
Sorghum prices dropped by roughly 20% when news of China's probe first broke. Those prices have since recovered, but farmers are a bit nervous about the future.
Whenever you take a market away from a grain producer, that ultimately is going to drop your value. So as my bottom line is affected, yes, I am concerned with it.
A sorghum tariff is one possibility.
So by imposing retaliatory tariffs, you get the attention of the Trump administration and you tell them this is not as simple and straightforward as the president might think.
But a tariff could raise prices for Chinese sorghum buyers too.
What impact is there upon the using industries? Are you affecting their efficiency? Are you affecting their ability to maintain low costs?
Those buyers could look elsewhere for their sorghum supplies. China's investigation could take a year.
At the farmer level, we're in a wait-and-see mode.
We'll cope with whatever we're dealt.
That's always been a farmer's mindset in an industry where so much is out of their control. Trade issues with a country far beyond the horizon being just the latest example. Hendrik Sybrandy, CGTN, Stockton, Kansas.